Ada has come on the line. Good morning to you, Madam Ada in Jos.
Good morning, Mr. Yori and your guests there. Ada calling from Jos Plateau State. Let me tell you something, Mr. Yori, just like your guests have mentioned there. That section 115 is clear. Even me, I'm not a learned gentleman or what, although I'm an educationist, but they are learned. I understood it, very well. So I don't understand what Inec is trying to do. Inec should be very careful. We are trying to build up some confidence in them with Osun and Ekiti elections to some reasonable extent. But look at what they are doing now. How can they? The last one that even got me pissed off was the situation whereby they said, I heard them say, they said, they came on national television and told us that why they cannot reject those names. Those should be not participate in the primaries. That is the court that will decide. What kind of Inec is that? What kind of Inec is that? I let them not push us to the wall. So it's really annoying. And I want your guests to tell us, even the Electoral Act we have now, when are they supposed to end the continuous registration? When is it 7 months to election? So that is, so many people are going to this franchise are not their own. It's not for their own reasons. They get there, they don't have enough facilities, they don't have enough manpower. Just you ask me. They decide where to go to even register some people. What the hell? I hope they are listening to me. Let them not push us to the wall. We've had enough. We've had enough. Enough is enough. Let me borrow the statement of Mr. President about education, but even then, he has not solved it. It's not true enough.
Yes.
I don't know. We are going crazy in this country. Let them not make us go crazy. It's really not fun again. Please and please, I want your guys to tell us, are they obeying it? Are they obeying? Why is the flagrant abuse of law? Why are they not obeying the new Electoral Act as to when they are supposed to stop? They said they want to clean up. What are they cleaning up in 7 months? 7 good months. After a general election, 4 or 6 months after a general election, INEC should start continuous registration and then stop within the ambit of the law what the law dictates as to when they are supposed to stop for the next. For this one, it was just a year plus. What I'm talking about. God bless you. Let's talk about this country. I'm really mad at them.
Thank you very much for calling in, Ada. I have to go to,
No, just to react to Ada's statement in terms of the voter education registration
it will come to you now.
Okay.
It will come to you, sir. Madam Aja is, putting out the ire of people who are watching INEC conduct itself the way it has been conducting itself, that had earned it praise in the recent past. And now for very much, in fact, Ada is among those who have called in and have said, look, I have to give some kudos to INEC. Yes. Now she's turning around and saying, they should not take us for granted, though.
We are watching.
As Charlie Boy would say, let them not think that when Momo is doing also.
That underscores the attention being paid or given to this process at the moment. And these things should not be taken for granted. The way it evolves and consolidates and crystallizes is that as you find increased interest and enthusiasm expressed in practical participation, you build legitimacy as against validity. What gives legitimacy to the process is the participation
of the people.
So where a people are already very circumspect and are pointing out what we call recondite areas and telling you, no, we also have read the law. It cannot be what you are saying. You better sit up. The reason is simple. Nigeria is buffeted on all sides by existential crisis, including violent behaviors. So if people want to return to civil process of behavior, and the only way they could imagine is to conceive of people who can pull us back from the brinks and put us on the path of progress. And that is true election.
And exactly. And INEC should play a leading role in that.
INEC has been given very wide powers. My brother, if you read Section 153 on one hand, visit the third schedule, Section 14, item F, particularly the D section, you will see the wide powers that Inec has constitutionally. I'm not talking of statutorily.
I hear you. I hear you. But Okoye has also been on record as saying, I think I read an interview that, I read it, and he was saying that, look, for all of that power, INEC does not have the power of arrest, and we have no police power.
We're not talking of arrest.
Exactly.
We're talking of the ones they have.
Moving the process.
Even the ones they have.
Yes.
Before now, have you heard about monitoring election? 2010 Electoral Act, 2006 Electoral Act.
You're right.
There is a reason.
Okay.
In short, it does not end at monitoring election. You produce a report. The whole idea is to be able to just oppose what you witnessed.
And some reports are reportedly not even accepted by the commission once it has been written, and forwarded.
If it is at variance with what happened there.
Exactly.
And that is section 84, subsection 13.
Okay. Mr. Joshua, thank you very much for holding on in Irewolide, Ogun State. Good morning to you.
Uncle Yori, good morning. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for keeping the right discussions going. At this point in our lives in Nigeria, I know that INEC has an important role to play, and I'm sure nobody is joking about that fact. The election that has just been concluded in Osun is a testimony or a testimonial of that, and I think we can build on that. I'm just at this point looking at the general picture of having a citizenship discussion in Nigeria. And I know this platform you are using has helped us a lot. We have talked about the Nigeria of INEC doing their thing, government doing their thing, and then everybody doing their thing. Can we also talk about the Nigeria of we, the citizens, doing our own thing to support the process, to get things going, so that we could get to a point where I am not talking from the point of I am APC, I am PDP, I am Igbo, I am Yoruba. Can we come to that point where people who are Nigerians, who are ready to take responsibility for this country, and we talk about the rights, the responsibilities, and the duties of us as citizens to get this process of nation building on course. Whether we are Christian, whether we are Muslims, the first thing is that we are human beings. Because in INEC, there are Nigerians that are there. In PDP is Nigerians. The Igbo tribe is Nigeria. The Yoruba tribe, the Hausa tribe is Nigerians first. Are we ever going to get to that point, Uncle Yori, where we could have a citizen discussion that we, the citizens of Nigeria, are sitting down and we are saying that by point of responsibility, by point of duty, it is time for Nigeria to work, and we are ready to make it work. So I'm sure you will find a way of starting, discussion around that, so that all of these issues that we're just speaking here and there, they are, for me, not the main issues. We'll go back to.
Thank you very much for calling in. Mr. Joshua from Irewolide in Ogun State. Wale, you seem to be busy otherwise. We'd like
I'm with you.
Okay. Because multitasking has its place.
It's monitoring the voters.
I think, are you monitoring the voters?
No, I'm really with you.
Okay.
I'm thinking of how the reaction to the last caller vis-a-vis my sister in Jos.
Okay, please.
And of course,
now, because you wanted to come in then.
I will just quickly refer all those who are listening and watching this program, including INEC officers, that the law that binds them is the Electoral Act 2022. I'm not a mathematician, but I did a little bit of arithmetic. And the law in section 9, subsection 6 says, I'll read it out. The registration of voters, updating and revision of the registered voters under this section shall stop not later than 90 days before any election, and I repeat with emphasis, any election covered by this act. And I know between now and February, even let's give it January, is far, far more than 90 days. Even if they extend it to September ending, it's still far more than 90 days. Simple calculation, 30 days make a month. Let's leave it at September, October, November. That's 90 days.
So what's the import of that?
The import is that they should not try to close or any attempt to do that. We'll get a mandamus. We did it against National Identity Card Management Commission. Nigerians are yearning that they want to vote. For starters, they created all the difficulties. I have my people. They will go to the registration center, they don't get registered. They will go day one, day two, they don't get registered. They go there sometimes, the equipments are not there, working very well. And you now say the fault will now be visited. Is it possible, my brother, that you visit the mistake, your own mistake, on the innocent people? I hope that they are listening. Again, I'll repeat the Ayinla Omowura's song, but I will not sing it. That I am sorry for you. That's why I'm advising you.
Okay. Comrade Andy calls in from Zaria in Kaduna. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Please continue.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Well, yeah. I have to say yes. It's a bit difficult, but please continue.
Okay. Please, I just want to say this. In my contribution to the discussion, I just want to say that they said 100 days for the thief, but 1 day for the honor. It is time for us now, as electorate, that with this electoral bill, it has actually given us hope. It has given us the opportunity to be able to count our vote. So I think Inec, just like others have said, I don't know. In fact, that day I was very, very annoyed when Facebook has been very good in doing his things. But that day, in fact, I was insulted because he said it very clearly. How can you become a candidate? It's just like somebody having a certificate without going to school. It's not possible. So how will he say that? Because he was emphasizing that it's only candidate, that is what the law says. How do you not become a candidate without a form? So I think maybe just like we have said, they should be very careful at this time. They have actually given us a tip of the cup on our teeth, and we're happy that they have done very well. We are waiting for them. 2023, we're going to cast our vote, and our vote should be counted.
All right, then.
So nobody should play with us and just be doing things like that. So INEC should be a bit careful. Let us count our vote. This time around, we're prepared to vote. And in fact, the days are even longer. We are anxiously waiting for this day to come, 2023, so that we'll cast our vote, so that our vote will count now. We want people to go and represent us in the National Assembly, people to go and represent us in our Executive Council. It's not just anybody to go and just sit down there and just waste our time. So I think we're a bit disfranchised for quite a long time, and this time around, we want to reclaim our right. That is what I want to say.
Thank you very much for calling in to say it, Comrade Andy from Zaria there.